CARITAS Antilles, firstly, is the Roman Catholic social action agency in the region. We represent the Antilles Episcopal Conference, which is based in Trinidad and Tobago. We have a membership of over 19 territories, ranging from the Bahamas, Bermuda, all the way down to Suriname. So we represent those who are marginalized, those who are vulnerable, those who have no voice. One of our interventions is what is called the Youth Emergency Action Committees, or called YEAC or YEAC in other countries. And this is really an initiative to target at-risk youth between the ages of 16 to 26 in countries namely Jamaica, Dominica, Grenada, and St. Lucia.
YEAC is all about positive youth development, youth empowerment. I think that's what makes the YEAC model so successful. We have two major components of the program. We have an emergency response skills training and a leadership and life skills training.
Most of those young people are just yearning for people like me and you to reach out to them and say, hey, I got you and we can do this.
With the team, I think we're able to come together and just roll with the activities. We understand we need to train our participants.
Our drill today was simply a fire drill. Each person would have had their role and their responsibility. And so it made it very effective. You would have noticed as well, the evacuation took just about 2 minutes.
YEAC is trying to move us away from that responsive mentality, and just this drill alone showed me many things that I have now think of when it comes to my school and the importance of having a safety plan in place.
Especially when you meet a young person and you tell them, hey, what do you have in your to-go bag at home? Or do you have a first aid kit? How prepared really are you? That's when they realize, hey, YEAC has a lot to offer me.
With this training, I'm so happy that YEAC organized for our teachers to come in and have that level of training so that we could bring that information back to the school.
So far, I mean, all the engagements that we've had, the interviews that we've had have pretty much guaranteed or I would say reaffirmed that this project is much needed on the ground. The youth have expressed their gratitude toward this project, particularly when it comes to the training. This is one thing that has come out quite a bit.
So I was searching online when I was in my gap year of school. I used to be in Girl Guides in secondary school, so I have a familiar with volunteering. So I did some research and I found out about YEAC and I signed up. The first day of me being part of the group, I took part in a training which was the family disaster plan. And it was interesting because I had no idea what it was about and I was shocked that we actually needed one. Now I have a first aid kit in my house. The last training I did was a conflict resolution. When you're out there helping somebody during a disaster, if the person, I don't want to say like, well, rude or something, so you need to like not try and escalate the argument. It's definitely been positive. I was really shy. I'm definitely a more open person now. My mom and my auntie actually, I've been talking about the group a lot to them. A few of my neighbors actually, when they saw me passing around with the shirt, they asked me about the group, so I've been telling them more about it. So yeah, I like to think maybe I would start to help them be more aware also of disasters and how to be prepared and also like that.
Hats off to YEAC. This is a group I have the utmost respect for. We've collaborated with them for a number of years now, and it's always a pleasure to work with them. Seeing that they use the young people from within the communities to build capacity in different areas of disaster management within those very same communities.
From a very tender age, I have been involved with the Duke of Edinburgh's Award Program or the International Award Program for Young People. I have brought over some of that experience into the YEAC program, working with the young people, diverse young people, different backgrounds, different religion.
The youth, they receive the training, first they're trained immediately what all the educators say is the best way to learn. First you learn and then you get a chance to apply, so all your learnings are reinforced and the youth love that.
In Kariku, it's a different thing altogether because we had about 25 persons here. But what happened when they finish secondary school, most of them travel overseas or they come down to the mainland to go to college and never come back up.
Honestly, that's the major challenge with dealing with most of the young people now, is actually getting them to come out as well as to commit. However, for me, I think I'm able to kind of bridge a little bit of that because I'm young myself and they tend to relate a little bit more to me.
There's no YEAC member I'd say that would put you down for not doing a certain aspect of a training wrong. You know, they'd uplift you, they'd tell you, okay, this is the way it should be done, you know. And I think that's a really good key skill you always pick up from YEAC.
I would recommend the program. It teaches you valuable skills. It improves your public speaking. It makes you socialize more. It makes you communicate more.
I have been an active member of the Youth Emergency Action Committee Grenada for 6 years now. Mrs. Redhead, who is the project manager, she came to my church and she spoke about, you know, having a youth-led organization, being a part of a youth-led organization, and I was interested. I am somebody who is really into building my community, and so I jumped at the opportunity to be a part of that organization, and I have not once regretted it. I was very bashful. I was a very bashful individual, but thankfully, because I've had the opportunity and the exposure to different trainings like public speaking, I can confidently sit right now in front of a camera and do an interview flawlessly, I think. Whenever there's a national drill, YEAC would be the first group that NADMA will call.
Okay, are you just going to put it in the basement just like that, or are you going to put it?
It's always been a continuous learning experience, thrilling actually. There's always something to do, always something to learn. I love the different trainings, different activities. I love volunteering.
Sometimes because we have certain technical skills and we bring that to the table in terms of responding, sometimes we forget that our body language, the way we respond to each other, the way we're interacting, may also help with how effective, how successful an operation is.
I can remember the first camp we had held in St. Lucia and I think in Grenada respectively. We had a bunch of young people with a lot of societal issues. I felt after the first weekend camp, my gosh, I'm not going to do this again, because they were rowdy, they couldn't settle down, until on the last day of the camp, a young boy said to me, "Miss, are we doing this next weekend?" I was like, "What?" And I realized that there was a need for this.
It was out of Hurricane Maria that the need was found that we form a YEAC here in Dominica.
I believe that youth should get involved in different activities to keep them occupied, because right now what's going on, that the youth is going astray.
These are young people and we want them to grow up with some information.
Your hurricane shutters.
We have gone through Hurricane Maria, so I think persons after that are more prepared than before Hurricane Maria.
We partner with a lot of various organizations and community groups, and I must say the response has been fantastic. Right now, YEAC is seen as an organization that can be turned to in times of disaster, in times of need, support.
We've had reports that some of the people whom we train have rescued other people, and upon arrival at the hospital, medical doctors said, had it not been for the intervention of this guy, you would have died.
Oh, to be honest, it had one day I was plundered
and they helped me tremendously.
Tell me about it.
They gave me stuff for me to eat. The papa and mom, they don't give me rum, but they give me food. And I appreciate it. I told them thank you very much.
So for the young persons who have been recruited to join YEAC, they have found that this organization has helped them to build their capacity and also has made them feel less vulnerable.
My name is Travis Daly, and I am currently with YEAC Dominica because I am keen on service and I would like to give back to my community.
YEAC is my home away from home, where I find peace in giving back to my country and my community as a young person.
I first found out about the program after Hurricane Maria through our project assistants. I messaged her about it and I asked her what purpose is and what are they doing and what is it about. And she explained to me, and throughout that, the rest of the year I was on her back. I would like to join.
At first I was doubting the challenge because I realized we had to get down and dirty. But then as time passed, I saw the importance of community development and youth involvement, and it just captivated me.
It has pushed me to become a better individual. It has pushed my leadership skills.
I am a youth minister, currently in the youth parliament, and YEAC has helped me grow to know that being a leader is not a final decision, but it's a continuous process.
About 6 months into joining YEAC, I had already completed my first aid, CPR, fire safety, and a few trainings. My friends and I went out and unfortunately we got into an accident. A fellow YEAC member who is a close friend of mine was actually involved and he was stuck in the vehicle. I had to stretch him out on the road, do a full body assessment to make sure he didn't have any broken bones, so he wasn't physically injured. And through that process, I was still speaking to him because we have the same training, so we were able to communicate with each other. He told me where he was hurt, and within the show, like 5 minutes drive from the accident to the health center, he passed out 5 times and had 4 seizures. And after everything settled down, I had to go and look for a friend of mine who got missing during that incident. So put in all my trainings, especially search and rescue, to try and find and resolve the situation and handle it the best way possible.
Can you imagine youth who were originally looked upon as delinquent or not having much to contribute to society now playing a critical role in saving lives?
St. Patrick's Rangers is an NGO, a non-profit organization, and operates sometimes as a charitable organization as well. We focus, as all YEAC, on young people, vulnerable, at risk.
I was a very rough person to deal with. And I tell you, rough, serious rough. Well, the uniform catch my eye. And then I said, maybe I can try something new. It play a big part in discipline, and it bring up my leadership skills that I didn't know I had.
Here at the St. Patrick Rangers, we utilize drill as a mechanism to instill discipline in our members.
Over the years, we have been trying to be more relevant, be more visible, in every space that we work. And we would have created and formed some great alliances within our communities.
I need to know the coach. I want to know who is around and where he's going, and if it's a responsible person. Now I see for myself that he's doing a good job, good company, well-presented manager, and I'm okay with it.
I feel great because I know that I'm getting better while at the same time developing my skills, learning life skills and discipline and other stuff.
More better, say, the year I do something and do nothing like that out of proportion, you feel good the year. Playing football is the more better opportunity the year, you see.
When she said giving back, that was what actually drove me into Rangers, because I'm the type of person that loves to give back no matter what. I just blend in like everyone else. Didn't have to worry about anything, any teasing, none of that. The Rangers doesn't do that.
I believe that each and every one of us here, we actually love what we do. And so whenever persons see us in the community, in the blue shirt, they are always amazed to see youngsters like myself and others who are able to respond.
I would have seen more persons now paying more attention to this whole idea of disaster preparedness.
Sharon! Yeah, Mr. Sharon, how go on?
I'm there.
There, come in. So you have your disaster kit, same with your documents and
I have
put
to
up.
write out my documents. I show them what my medication, I show her my kit, and I show her where I keep the birth certificate them.
Alright then, Auntie, it seems like you have everything put. Have everything locked, put and key them, man.
Whether they leave or they stay, you would have seen that the community is now building a better capacity in terms of coping, you know, as it really even relates to assisting other persons.
I was on the job there doing what I'm supposed to do, and someone just collapsed like that, have a seizure and just, you know, they're all over the place. If I never for the first aid training, I would not know what to do.
I was introduced by a friend to the club meeting, which takes place on Mondays. After going, I recognized it's something interesting. Major Maris was one of the persons which is my backbone, who ensured I was at every meeting, at every event, got all the necessary trainings that I need to know become a YEAC leader. It helped me because I am now outspoken. I can now interact with people better without being shy all the time. I now have to take responsibility more serious. I know I am now in a position where I can do what I want when persons are in need. I feel like a hero. I feel good to know that I have persons looking up to me. I have to ensure that I am doing the right thing at all times because I am now a role model to younger rangers.
So I see that YEAC has built a lot of credibility. Young people want to be members, and the key stakeholders, they're very enthused about the growth and possibilities that lie within the YEAC grouping.